Tonight, I'm about to share something that will fundamentally change how you see the 8 hours you spend unconscious every single night. What if I told you that the difference between those who live in abundance and those who struggle paycheck to paycheck isn't determined by their morning routines, their education, or even their work ethic, but by what happens in the 60 seconds before they fall asleep? What if the greatest wealth-building tool you possess has been lying dormant beside your pillow every single night of your life? What if I revealed that every millionaire throughout history discovered this one simple truth that transforms sleeping from mere rest into the most powerful wealth creation workshop known to mankind? What if you learned that your subconscious mind, right now, is either building your fortune or destroying your future based on a single decision you make every night? What if everything you thought you knew about success was backwards, and the real work begins when everyone else thinks the day is over? Listen carefully to every word I'm about to say, because this isn't another motivational speech or productivity hack. This is the revelation of a natural law that governs human consciousness, a law so powerful that Napoleon Hill spent decades studying it, a law that biblical wisdom has pointed to for thousands of years when it says in Proverbs 23:7, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Nay, the heart Hill discovered doesn't think during the chaos of daily life. It thinks in the stillness of night, when the conscious mind releases its grip and the deeper chambers of your being open wide to receive instruction. Every single night, as your head touches that pillow, you're presented with the most valuable 60 seconds of your entire 24-hour cycle. In those moments, as your conscious mind begins to fade and your subconscious mind awakens to do its real work, you have the opportunity to literally reprogram your entire existence. The wealthy understand this. The powerful know this secret. The successful have been using this principle for centuries, while the masses stumble through their evenings, completely unaware that they're broadcasting instructions to the most powerful computer ever created, their own subconscious mind. But here's what's tragic. Most people squander this golden hour. They fall asleep replaying their failures, rehearsing their fears, and feeding their subconscious mind a steady diet of worry, doubt, and limitation. They go to bed as beggars and wonder why they wake up poor. They close their eyes with anxiety and open them with stress. They drift off thinking about problems and rise up living more problems. Night after night, they're unconsciously programming themselves for mediocrity, and they don't even realize it. Napoleon Hill, after studying over 500 wealthy individuals for 25 years, discovered that every single one of them had mastered what he called the sacred hour. Not sacred because it was religious, though it certainly can be, but sacred because it was during this hour that they constructed their mental blueprint for wealth. While ordinary people used the night to escape from their problems, extraordinary people used it to solve them. While the masses entertained their fears in the darkness, the wealthy commanded their futures. Consider this profound truth that most people never grasp. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. While your body rests, while your conscious thoughts quiet down, your deeper mind is actively working, sorting through the day's information, forming new neural pathways, and most importantly, accepting whatever programming you've given it. It's like having the most sophisticated computer in the universe running in the background of your life, but here's the key. It only runs the programs you install. And the most crucial installation time happens in those final moments before sleep. The Bible tells us in Psalm 4:4, "Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still." This isn't just spiritual advice, it's scientific truth. Modern neuroscience has proven what ancient wisdom always knew. The brain state just before sleep, called the hypnagogic state, is when your mind becomes most receptive to new programming. It's in this state that thoughts become beliefs, beliefs become emotions, and emotions become actions. Think about it this way. If you had access to the most powerful computer in the world for 1 hour every day, would you use that hour to run virus programs? Would you install software that slowed down the system? Would you fill its memory with corrupted data? Of course not. Yet that's exactly what most people do with their subconscious mind every single night. They feed it worry instead of vision, fear instead of faith, limitation instead of possibility. The wealthy think differently about this sacred time. They understand that the mind is like fertile soil, and whatever seeds they plant in those final moments before sleep will grow into tomorrow's reality. John D. Rockefeller, who became the richest man in American history, had a nightly ritual that few people knew about. Before closing his eyes, he would speak aloud his gratitude for the wealth he was creating, not the wealth he had, but the wealth he was in the process of manifesting. He understood that the subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is and what will be. It only responds to what is believed with certainty. Andrew Carnegie, who created more millionaires than any other man of his era, taught his protégés a simple but profound practice. Every night, without exception, they were to clearly state their definite major purpose, speak it with emotion, and fall asleep while repeating it. Carnegie knew that success isn't built during the hustle and bustle of the day. It's constructed in the quiet moments when the mind is most malleable, most open to transformation. But here's where most people go wrong. They treat their nighttime thoughts like background noise, instead of recognizing them as the most important broadcast of their day. Your last thought before sleep becomes your first instruction to the universe. It becomes the operating system that runs your subconscious mind for the next 8 hours. It becomes the lens through which you'll perceive tomorrow's opportunities. The ancient wisdom of Scripture supports this understanding. In Deuteronomy 6, verses 6 through 7, we read, "And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up." Notice that lying down and rising up are specifically mentioned. The last thoughts of night and the first thoughts of morning are given special significance because they frame the subconscious programming cycle. Now, before we go deeper into this life-changing revelation, I want you to know something. If this message is resonating with your heart, if you're feeling that inner stirring that says this is what you've been searching for, then you're exactly where you need to be. This isn't coincidence. This is divine appointment. And I want to invite you into our growing family of people who are committed to transforming their lives through these eternal principles. When you subscribe to this channel, you're not just clicking a button. You're making a declaration that you're ready to think differently, live differently, and create wealth differently. Hit that subscribe button now. And in the comments below, I want you to write one word that describes how you feel right now after hearing this truth. Just one word, but make it powerful. And please share this message with someone you care about, because transformation is always more powerful when it's shared. Let me share with you the exact methodology that the most successful people in history have used to transform their lives through the power of intentional sleep programming. This isn't theory. This isn't wishful thinking. This is a precise science that you can implement starting tonight. Napoleon Hill called it auto-suggestion, but I prefer to call it destiny programming, because that's exactly what you're doing, programming your destiny one night at a time. The first element of this practice is what I call the clearing. Just as you wouldn't plant seeds in soil full of weeds, you cannot program success into a mind cluttered with defeat. Before you begin your nightly practice, you must clear your mental space. This means turning off all devices, finding a quiet place, and deliberately releasing the day's frustrations, disappointments, and challenges. The psalmist understood this when he wrote in Psalm 131 verse 2, "Surely I have behaved and quieted myself, As a child that is weaned of his mother, my soul is even as a weaned child within me. You must quiet the noise of the day to hear the whisper of tomorrow's possibilities. The second element is the statement. This is where you craft a clear, specific, emotionally charged declaration of what you are becoming. Not what you want to become, not what you hope to become, but what you are becoming. The subconscious mind responds to present tense declarations spoken with conviction. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be wealthy," you declare, "I am becoming wealthy through the valuable services I provide to others." Instead of, "I hope to be confident," you state, "I am growing in confidence and wisdom every day." And the difference is profound because want and hope imply lack, while becoming and growing imply process and progress. Thomas Edison, who created more patents than any inventor in history, understood this principle deeply. Every night before sleep, he would mentally review his current projects, not from a place of stress or worry, but from a place of expectant faith. He would see the solutions, feel the breakthrough, and experience the success before it manifested in his physical laboratory. Edison knew that every invention exists first in the realm of imagination before it can exist in the realm of reality. The third element is the repetition. This is perhaps the most crucial aspect because the subconscious mind learns through repetition, not through single exposure. Just as a river carves a canyon through consistent flow over time, your repeated thoughts carve the channels through which your life will flow. You must repeat your declaration not just once, but until it begins to feel more real than your current circumstances. This is what Jesus meant when he said in Mark 11:24, "Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them." The believing must be stronger than the current evidence. Benjamin Franklin, one of the wisest and wealthiest men of his era, had a practice he called moral inventory, but it was much more than reviewing his actions. Every night, Franklin would envision the man he was becoming, the character he was developing, and the impact he was making. He understood that character is destiny, and character is formed not in moments of crisis, but in moments of quiet reflection and intentional programming. The fourth element is the emotion. Your subconscious mind responds not just to words, but to the feelings behind those words. You must feel what you're declaring. You must experience the emotions of your future self. When you declare your statement, let gratitude fill your heart. Let excitement energize your spirit. Let peace settle your mind. Emotion is the language of the subconscious, and without it, your words are just empty sounds. Here's what the research shows us and what the Bible has taught us for millennia. The state of your heart when you fall asleep becomes the foundation of your tomorrow. In Ephesians 4:26, we're told, "Be ye angry, and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath." This isn't just about anger, it's about any negative emotion. Don't let the sun set on fear. Don't let darkness fall on doubt. Don't let sleep come while worry occupies your heart. The most successful people in history understood that the night is not for escape, it's for construction. While others were using their final moments to worry about bills, replay arguments, or stress about tomorrow's challenges, these individuals were using those same moments to build their future. They were investing their attention in what they wanted to create rather than what they wanted to escape. Consider the story of a young lawyer named Abraham Lincoln, who would spend his evenings not in taverns or idle entertainment, but in quiet reflection and mental preparation. Long before he ever stepped onto a political stage, Lincoln was rehearsing his future in the theater of his mind. He would envision himself speaking with authority, leading with wisdom, and making decisions that would impact generations. That mental rehearsal in the quiet of night prepared him for the momentous decisions he would face as president. The practice I'm sharing with you tonight has been used by kings and presidents, by inventors and entrepreneurs, by anyone who has ever risen above their circumstances to create something extraordinary. But here's the beautiful truth. This practice doesn't require special talent, advanced education, or privileged circumstances. It only requires consistency, faith, and the willingness to take responsibility for the content of your own mind. Let me give you the exact formula. First, choose a specific time each night, preferably the same time, when you will engage in this practice. Consistency is crucial because you're training your subconscious mind to expect this input. Second, create a simple but powerful statement about who you are becoming. Write it down, speak it aloud, and make sure it stirs emotion in your heart. Third, repeat this statement while visualizing yourself already living this reality. See it, feel it, experience it as if it's already true. Fourth, fall asleep while holding this vision and repeating this declaration. The prophet Isaiah understood this principle when he wrote in chapter 55, verse 11, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please. And it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." Your words, especially when spoken with faith and repeated with consistency, have creative power. They don't return to you empty. They return to you filled with the reality they were sent to create. Now, as we near the end of our time together tonight, I want to speak directly to your heart. If you've made it this far, if you're still listening, it's because something inside you recognizes the truth of what I'm sharing. Your spirit bears witness that this is the missing piece you've been searching for. And I want you to know that you're not alone on this journey. When you subscribe to this channel, you're joining a community of people who are committed to transformation. People who believe that their best days are ahead of them. People who understand that small, consistent actions in the right direction create extraordinary results over time. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and in the comments below, I want you to share your own transformation story. Tell us about a time when you changed your thinking and it changed your life. And please, suggest topics you'd like us to explore together on this channel. Your input matters, your story matters, and your success matters to us. The time for half measures and good intentions is over. Tonight, when your head touches that pillow, you have a choice to make. Will you continue to drift off with the same thoughts that have kept you in the same place? Or will you begin the practice that will literally transform your life from the inside out? Will you let your subconscious mind run on the old programming of limitation? Or will you install new software of abundance and possibility? Remember, every night is a new opportunity to plant seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Every evening is a chance to speak life instead of death, possibility instead of limitation, faith instead of fear. The Bible tells us in 2 Corinthians 5:17, "Therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new." That newness doesn't happen all at once in a dramatic moment. It happens gradually, night by night, thought by thought, declaration by declaration. Napoleon Hill spent his entire life studying the difference between those who succeed and those who struggle, and his conclusion was revolutionary. Success begins in the mind, specifically in the disciplined use of the mind during the quiet hours when most people think nothing important is happening. The successful understand that the night shift is the most important shift of all because that's when the real work of transformation takes place. Your subconscious mind is listening right now. It's been listening to every word of this message, and it's ready to accept new instructions. It's ready to begin building the life you've been dreaming about. But it needs clear direction, it needs consistent input, and it needs your faith to fuel the process. You have everything you need right now to begin this transformation. You don't need more time, more money, or more resources. You just need the decision to begin and the commitment to continue. Start tonight. Choose your declaration. Speak it with conviction. Feel it with your whole heart. Repeat it as you drift off to sleep, and tomorrow morning, wake up knowing that you've just installed new programming that will begin to influence every decision you make, every opportunity you notice, and every action you take. This is not magic. This is the application of timeless principles that govern the relationship between thought and reality. The wealthy aren't wealthy because they're lucky or because they're somehow different from you. They're wealthy because they understand and apply these principles consistently over time. They know that the mind is the ultimate tool, and they know how to use that tool with precision and purpose. Now you know too. Now you have the same knowledge, the same opportunity, and the same potential for transformation. The only question remaining is this: what will you choose to do with what you now know? Will this be just another interesting video you watched, or will this be the night your life changed forever? The choice, as always, is yours. But choose quickly, because tonight's opportunity to plant seeds of greatness in your subconscious mind won't wait. Your future is calling, and it's time to answer with certainty, with faith, and with the power of intentional thought spoken into the quiet of the night. Sweet dreams and sweeter transformations. God bless you, and may your greatest days begin tonight.